fulfilling a campaign promise. President Donald Trump announcing he is pulling the United States out of the Iran nuclear deal and reimposing old sanctions on Iran. The landmark nuclear accord was established and negotiated in 2015 under President Barack Obama. CGTN's White House correspondent Nathan King joins us now. And Nathan, the world was quick to respond to the move, especially Iran.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the European Union said it was working. Russia said it was working. China said it was working. Hey, even members of Donald Trump's administration said it was working. But the US president decided to walk away. It's no surprise that the US is withdrawing from the Iran nuclear deal, but the US is reimposing all previous sanctions and is warning Iran not to restart nuclear activities.
We will be instituting the highest level of economic sanction. Any nation that helps Iran in its quest for nuclear weapons could also be strongly sanctioned by the United States.
White House officials say the US will immediately reimpose sanctions targeting critical sectors of Iran's economy, such as energy, petrochemicals and financial sectors. Companies will be given up to 180 days to end business with Iran. Failure to wind down such activities will risk severe consequences. The US actions will make it very difficult for European nations who want to keep the nuclear deal to keep doing business with Iran. The European Union, Russia and China will be talking to Iran in the coming days. Tehran says it's willing to see if the deal can be salvaged, but won't hesitate to restart uranium enrichment if that doesn't happen.
I ordered the Iranian Atomic Energy Organization to be ready for action if needed, so that, if necessary, we can begin our industrial enrichment without any limitations. Until implementation of this decision, we will wait for some weeks and will hold talks with our friends and allies and other signatories of the nuclear deal. Those who will remain loyal to the deal will talk. Everything depends on our national interests.
Meanwhile, unveiling a new controversial pressure policy on Iran, the US says Tehran must never acquire a nuclear weapon. The White House also wants Iran to halt development of ballistic missiles and what it calls support for terrorist groups in the region. You know, even among the supporters of pulling out of the Iran deal and those who opposed it in the first place here in the United States, there is real sense that this administration has pulled out, but yet no plan B. And that seems to be the biggest question now. What will happen in the Middle East if it wasn't dangerous enough without at least this nuclear deal in place?
Yeah, no plan B. But Nathan, the U.S. is saying it wants to craft a new deal. How realistic is that?
Well, we've seen these behind-the-scenes negotiations, haven't we, in the last few months with the European Union, and they've been focusing on trying to limit ballistic missile testing of Iran's behavior in hotspots like Syria, Yemen potentially, elsewhere, and also fold in a nuclear deal at the same time. It seems highly unlikely, considering the US president just walked away from any compromise on that as well. The Europeans don't seem to be in a mood to separate a side deal. In fact, they're trying to rescue this current deal. And we haven't mentioned Tehran. Tehran, of course, would have to promise, according to the US president, never to build a nuclear weapon, and also make sure that it would never enrich uranium and cut back its ballistic missiles and the like, something a sovereign state would find it very, very hard to do. So unless it's on the White House's terms, it's very, very difficult to see other countries going along with this so-called plan.